the same thing.
Exactly.
I know.
Hours.
And I remember a couple of times I posted inside some group pages my before and after, and there's been a lot of people, mostly guys, unfortunately, but they'll say stuff like, you looked better before, or and I'm like, well, you're not in my 235-pound body, and you didn't know, like, how I was feeling. I felt like shit, you know? Like, you don't know. Oh, I know. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be haters. But yeah, pretty much like what I wanted to talk about today is I was in my personal development today. I was reading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, I think his last name is. And I just started reading it, and it's been a Joel Osteen book for me because I read like a couple of pages and I'm like mind blown. You know, I'm like, oh my God, this is so awesome. And he also has another book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Network Marketers.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to read that one next. I'm either going to read it next or I might kind of flip-flop back and forth maybe. I don't know, but it's really, really good. But anyway, today he was talking about, and this is pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys, is that there's no shortcuts to success. You sometimes want the shortcuts because we live in that society where it's like quick fix. You know, that's why there's, you know, success in other network marketing companies with quick fix things. But what happens with those people that use those products? Like, they invest all this money and it doesn't last, and they are still feeling the same way. And that is a lot of times when we run into them, right? Is after they've tried all these other things and they're like, oh my gosh, I wasted all this money and I don't know if I should try something new. And, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, you know, we can always tell them, which I say all the time, like, I too have tried so many different things in my past. And one second, sorry. And so I actually tell them that same thing, that I understand how you feel, like, but yeah, there's no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts in your health and fitness. And there's no shortcuts in your business. So sometimes we want it because we have this vision, right? Like, all of us have this vision and goal of what we see our business as being. Like, for me, I already see us walking the stage as a top 10 team. That song, you know, Be the Change, playing in the background. We're all walking across the stage. Like, I already see that, you know? And so I know that's going to come true. Yeah, it would be awesome if it was this year, but, you know, it takes time, and we can't force that time. Like, we have to be every day consistent in putting in the work. So even though we super want it to happen like really, really fast, it won't happen. And if it did happen that fast, you guys, it's not even a guarantee that it would stick. Because a lot of times people that get that really quick success, they aren't prepared for it in their mind and their body and spirit. Like, they haven't gone through a growth path to get themselves prepared to even handle that type of success. And so a lot of times people in any type of work can get really fast success, but then what happens? They get up to the top and they're like, oh crap, what do I do now? I don't know how to handle, I don't know how to manage these people. I don't know like how to manage my money. Like, they get, and then they crash, and then they're like devastated, you know? And I've seen that a lot, even in corporate America, when people are, you know, they start their own company and they're building and they build really fast and they weren't prepared for it. And then next thing you know, they're filing bankruptcy. You know, it's horrible. So I personally would rather go through a growth path and prepare myself for that type of success so that when I get there, I'll be able to handle it and be able to sustain it, because that's what we want. We want a type of business that is sustainable, that's going to last for a long time. So I want to encourage you guys to every day, of course, be reading your personal development, because we need it so desperately, okay? We never know what's going to pop up. Like Lori had a moment last night where she's, didn't have that much sleep because Freddie's getting used to his toddler bed, I mean, we just don't know what kind of mom stuff we're going to go through, or like maybe we got in a fight with our spouse or whatever. We have to have our minds right so that when we go to work our business, that we're ready and that we're more productive, in spite of maybe our mood or us being tired. There's been days for me, you guys, when I haven't been able to fall asleep at night, and that's a huge struggle that I've dealt with since my 30s. And so I have a prescription. I do have to take it every great now and then. It's not every day, thank God, anymore. It used to be every day. But I remember those times when it was every day, and I'd have to wake up the next day, and I still had a hangover from the medicine that I had to take the night before, and still had to be a mom and like get everyone to school and go to work at my corporate America job and drive this long distance ways, feeling like I wanted to go back to sleep, I mean, it's just awful, but sometimes you just have to push. You have to push through the fog, push through your mood, and just, be lined up with your day and have your notebook and your daily schedule out and just do it. Bam, 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 bam. You get it all done. If you need a nap, take a nap, get up, and do a little bit more if you need to. But having your mind prepared for the day is huge, 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 huge. And again, success takes time and effort. So it might be boring. We've talked about that before. It might feel mundane, but the vital behaviors is so huge in our business, you guys. Everyone at the top, all the top 10 people, they're still doing the vital behaviors. They're still posting something motivational. Look at Janelle Summers' website. She posts something motivational every single day. I'm following her. Every day, without fail, she's posting something motivational. She's posting her food. She's posting her workout. She's posting an invite. She's talking about successes in her challenge group. So she's showing her before and after pictures from her challengers. She's doing the same exact stuff, you guys. And she has hit 15-star either 2 or 3 times. I can't remember. She's got several business centers. But, that should speak volumes. If people at the top are doing the vital behaviors and they're doing them every day, that leaves clues, right? Success leaves clues. So we need to see that and then just know that they've been in the business for a long time. Like Janelle's been in this business for 7 or 8 years. So obviously, the longer you're doing this, the more success you're going to have, the more people are going to start following you. More people are going to reach out to you and want to, join your team and join your challenge group. But it will take you being consistent at the vital behaviors. So keep it up. You guys are doing a great job. But just know there's no shortcuts with the vital behaviors. Like, you have to do them every day. Okay, you have to be in personal development. You have to do your workout and show people what you're up to with the sweaty selfie or a video. You need to be drinking your shake, eating your clean eating, post something motivational, all of those things, invites. You have to do the vital behaviors. Okay, so I was remembering this morning how like Anita, she's talked about a little bit about this before too, and her wording is always that there's no secret sauce. Like, she's always said that for as long as I can remember. Any training I've ever been on, she's like, there's no secret sauce, there's no secret sauce. And I'm always hearing Shelly now talk about it too. There's no secret sauce. So it's like, it's totally true. You just have to, put in the work. We all have the same 24 hours, like all of us. It's a lot of times what you do with those 24 hours, right? So like, are you on the couch or are you putting in the work? Are you making some sacrifice for your business, or are you being lazy with your business? It's like we all have the same 24 hours, and those of us who wake up early or stay up late are utilizing those extra hours to make their dreams come true. So it is up to you to make your goals and dreams a reality. You just have to ask yourself, like, am I willing? Am I willing to put in the work? Are you willing to sacrifice a little bit of time to make this business work? We all have had to do it, you know, and sometimes you just have to ask yourself those questions, like, how bad do I want this, you know? And then decide how bad you want it and make those sacrifices and put in the time. But I can promise you this, it will be worth it. Pinky swear. Like, honestly, you put in the work, do a little sacrifice, and it's going to be worth it. You're going to have like that domino effect where it's like boom, 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 and you're going to have this huge momentum, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is awesome, you know? And you're going to remember the work that you put in. And then as you bring in the coaches, and they're your working coaches, you're going to tell them, here's how it was for me the first couple of months. Here's what I had to sacrifice, you know, and you're going to retrain them on what you did, and you're going to leave them clues on how to get to where you're at. So it's all a matter of, you know, putting in the work, sharing it with our team, and helping everyone, you know, to have the same success. So I wanted you guys, if you're not on this call right now, if you're watching the recording, I wanted to give a shout out to Laura Halford and Lori Post, because as their leader, as your leader, I watch you guys. I do. And I just want to make sure that you're having success. Like, that's my main goal with anybody on my team, is like, if you guys share your goals with me and you have this direction that you're going in, and I'm running in that direction with you, I want to make sure that you're having success. And so a lot of times I'll just be like, I wonder what, you know, Laura's up to, or I wonder what Lori's up to. And I'll just go and like look at their page, and I'll see how cool their posts are and how vibrant, you know, the colors in their pictures are. And I'm like, whoa, they're getting it. They're getting it. And it makes me so excited. And then I'll take my computer and I'll show Chuck. I'm like, honey, look, they're getting it. They're getting it. It just makes me so excited. And especially when you guys get like engagement on your posts, and I'm seeing people like, you know, want to join your challenge group, it just gets me like this little girl giddy feeling inside, because I'm seeing your hard work pay off. And so if you guys want some examples from people from our own team, go and follow Lori and Laura and just see how they're showing up every day, and they're putting in the work, and they're getting the results. And I think that's pretty much it. The only other thing that I really wanted to say in regards to Laura and Lori is they are well on their way to achieving diamond status. Like, they're really, really close to getting up to that next rank, which is going to mean more money for the family. It's going to mean, you know, more people are going to see them as a leader, and that's going to make them have more people drawn into their business from seeing that status. I can tell you guys that when I announced that I hit diamond status on my page, like, it was bananas, you guys. It was crazy how much like congratulations I got, and people reached out to me to join my team, and they started seeing me as like that leader that I always wanted to be, you know? And so that's going to happen for you guys too. But, you know, getting there does take consistent work, and you guys are so close. And so I'm super, super proud of this team. But just make sure, you guys, if you're watching the recording, I can tell you this. I never missed a training. I never missed a wake-up call, anything that corporate or my leader put out for me to show up and have that chance to learn. I was there, okay? And so if you are watching the recording and you're normally at home, I want to encourage you guys to come onto this call, because this call, being here, learning, taking notes, is going to help your business. Watching the recording is okay, but if you have the capability to show up, you need to show up, because you have the chance to ask questions, make comments, you know, vent maybe a little bit, and it really, really does help you to grow faster in your business. So I just want to send that little thought and encouragement out to you guys. But I do appreciate you guys coming today to the meeting. I really appreciate if you're on the recording watching. I am very, very encouraged by the growth in this team. Our team volume is pretty high actually right now, so I'm super excited. I actually went into my back office today, and I don't know if you've seen this, Laura, but your projected volume for next week, I think it is over 1,000. It's like 1,080 or something like that. So that's crazy, crazy, crazy awesome. So that means a good paycheck for you next week. So yay. But yeah, so keep up the great work, you guys. And if you ever have any questions, reach out to me. I'm always on Facebook, Instagram. You have my phone number. You can always text me. But I definitely want to see our team be successful. And keep up with your marketing calendar. This week, I'm marketing for challenge groups. And I think next week, I'm marketing for challenge groups too. Whatever the last week is, I'm marketing for the team again. So I decided to do a couple weeks for challenge groups since it's Team Cup. I thought, well, I should probably talk more about it for Team Cup. But just make sure you guys are following your marketing calendar. It really helps you to not be as confused about what to post every day. So if you're marketing for an upcoming challenge group for next week, let's say, then you should be talking about what you're eating, showing people what you're eating, showing people your workout, what you're up to, and doing those subtle invites, you know, and then big bang posts for that. Same thing if you're asking people to join your team, you're going to want to be sharing stories about what you're up to during the day and how Beachbody coaching has enabled you to be that stay-at-home mom and feel empowered and still make money to provide for your family and those types of things. So, okay, so I'm going to unmute you guys just to see if you have any questions or comments. Hey guys! All right, so do you guys have any questions or comments? Anything helpful to help maybe anybody on your team that might be watching the recording?
Communicate. I'd appreciate more communication from my team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's actually hard as a leader, I know.
Being consistent is really important.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's hard some days, especially when you've got plans, but you just got to put that time in. And it can be tough, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah, I agree. Consistency is king, as I always hear people say.
King?
King? I don't know. I always hear people say
Key.
yeah, key. I hear that too, but I also hear king. I don't know. So I've heard that from Brendan Burchard says that, and some other people. What else was I going to say? Oh, as far as like your team, okay, like we can give people all the training, like everything that they need. We can lead them to the water, right? But we can't make them drink. Like that is something that we always have to remember as a leader, especially since you guys are upcoming leaders. As you grow your team, you can give people everything that they need for success, but it doesn't mean they're going to be successful. You know, like they have to be willing to put in the work, and they have to be willing to want to show up and communicate. You know, it's kind of like sometimes like when you move away, let's say, like I've moved several different times, and even with friendships that I used to have that we were really, really super close. Like I normally, because I'm so social, am the one that will try and like stay in touch with people. But like, you know, you slowly start seeing that go away, and it's like, what happened? I still want to be friends with you, you know. But it's the same thing with our team. Like they can come on, be really excited, and they say they want to work, but then they see that it is actually work, you know, sometimes, and they aren't really willing to put it in, or maybe they don't have that belief system in themselves yet, and they start thinking that they can't do it. So it's very important as a leader, when you see stuff like that start to happen, that you as a leader reach out. Okay, so reach out to them, and if they don't respond, there's nothing you can do about that. But if you at least put in the effort to let them know you're still there, that you love them, you care about them, you know, and you've had that one-on-one call with them, which I'm hoping that as you guys are bringing on your team, okay, that you are making the time to have those 30-minute one-on-one calls. If you have not done that yet with people that you brought onto your team, you need to start doing those. because I'm telling you right now, when I started having one-on-one calls, that is where I found my business builders, and that's where we connected and we felt that connection. And that is what kind of gave them that spirit of, I think I can do this, you know? And so if you haven't had that chat with them, that would be something that you would want to do first. Okay. So
I can't get them to do the chat. That's the issue.
Okay. So have you like talked to them about their goals and they've told you that they want to work the business and those types of things?
Yeah, I have. Like I send out the email and usually they respond like, no, I just want the discount, maybe later. I still would want to like chat with them.
Yeah. So have you had anybody that has said that they want to work the business? Like come back and said, I want to work the business, even if it's just part-time?
I did in the beginning,
Okay.
like in July, but she left. We never got a chance. Like she never got back to me. And I kept trying to schedule like a time with her and she just never responded.
Oh, okay. So maybe she wasn't ready then.
Yeah.
You know? So for her, you would probably just want to still try and be her friend and maybe not really talk about the business. Maybe ask her, you know, what she's feeling about the business, but I wouldn't do it often. I would maybe ask every couple of months or something, you know, and you can always say, hey, I know when we first chat, you were really super excited about, you know, making this work, you know, is that something that you're still open to? If so, I have, you know, a new Coach Basics training that we can get you plugged into so you can learn how to do it, you know. But yeah, with discount coaches, if they normally say that they only are a coach for the discount, normally I don't do one-on-one calls with those types of coaches unless they come back and say that they're ready to work the business.
Okay.
Because it could freak them out. I mean, unless they want to have a chat about their health and fitness goals over the phone, I'll for sure do that because sometimes people feel better connecting on the phone or like through a Zoom chat like this where you could maybe, you know, okay, like here's the box. Here's what you do with the box. You take it out. You get your calculator, figure out your calories. You know, here's how you use the containers. So some people like that. I've done several of those, and I actually really enjoy them because my background in corporate America was being on the phone. So I actually like having that connection with people. So anytime that someone's willing to like pick up the phone, I'm like, let's talk, you know? So, but that's pretty much all you can do. But if you have people that have mentioned to you that they want to be a business builder, even if it's just to make up the cost of their shake, you want to be having that one-on-one call with them so that you can, you know, get to know them better, find out their goals, not just business goals, but what are their family goals, and find out what their, what is that? Their pain points. Like, where are they struggling in their life? So you want to kind of, you know, you have to talk with them a little bit to find out what their struggles are, right? So that's why that one-on-one call is so important, because if you can figure out what their struggles are and then tie back how the business can help with that, that a lot of times is what will click. It'll turn on that light bulb for them and they're like, oh, okay. So if I put in a little bit work and I make up for the cost of my shake, then I won't have to worry about where am I going to get the money for my shake, and I can continue being an active coach. Or I'll have enough money to pay off a credit card bill that my husband's yelling at me about. Whatever, you know? So that's why those one-on-one calls are really important. So I definitely recommend doing them. And if you need a sample of how to do it, on my YouTube, I've done a couple and I have recorded them. So you can actually watch like how I did it and maybe take notes so you kind of know like what to say. I think I called it Getting Started Right call. I'm pretty sure that's what I called it. I'll find it and give you guys the link.
Okay.
Because I think that might help. Were you going to say something, Laura?
I was trying to remember just like a short version of how to explain how they can earn their shake money. Is it two? Is it three? They would have to sell 3 challenge packs, right?
Mm-hmm.
A month.
Or help 3 people a month. Yeah, or 3 people a month with a challenge pack and 1 person on Shakeology Home Direct, which is the auto shipment one.
All right. I was wondering what happened with your customer with the allergy. Did you end up helping her and getting her into a group?
Oh, that lady. Okay, so I talked to her about the free membership, like I was like, what can I help her with? Like, so at least I could be her coach. So I talked to her about getting signed up for the club membership and how the first 30 days is free, and then after that it would be the $40. So she was really excited about it, and I actually have to follow up with her. So we'll see. But she did seem really open to it. I did tell her that I have a group starting on the 15th, and so if she at least does, I told her if she does a paid version, that like right away, the $40 one, that I would let her go into my group. Because I'm like, I don't know, I just feel
I have
like
somebody who's just doing the trial membership in my group.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, and I have another person who had purchased something on another website. So I'm going to use that gateway with the membership so at least I'm their coach.
Right. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. And another thing that I heard from some of the other coaches on the free groups that they run, they actually, before they even let them in the free group, they make them go and sign up as their coach under the free thing. So that way, if they ever in their whole life, even if they never talk to them again, they see a Beachbody product and they're like, oh, I want to try that, then they would get the credit, I guess, for it because they already established an account.
And then it's like a commitment, it's in a way a commitment on their part as well to the group.
Yeah, that's what I kind of feel like too.
I still remember the Crockpot group. How many people did we have in there? It was like 150.
No, it was like 200 and something. I don't know. That took me a long time to follow up with all those people, but that was actually good. I know. I was thinking about doing that group again, but it's kind of funny that I'm kind of going back and forth on the free groups, and it's only because like I'm almost 2 years in, and so in the beginning it was very, very important for me to run those groups every month because that is how I got so many friends, which then of course saw my other posts and wanted to join the other groups. But over time you start to see the same people in your free group, and you're like, you need to at some point make a commitment, because 1 week is not going to give you a lifetime full of everything that you get inside the group, And so I started seeing like a lot of that, and those people always brought up money, but I at the same time I'm seeing them, if you're friends with people, you see stuff that they buy, if they're showing pictures of it or if they're going places, and I'm like, I don't know. Like I started kind of getting anti-free. So I haven't actually done a free group for a couple of months.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I'm doing one right now, but it has been a couple of months because Shelly had brought up like multiple times, like everybody's just going to be waiting for your free group. Like they know that you're doing a free group. So if I just do it whenever I want to do it randomly, then nobody's going to be waiting for it.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point, Lori. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I was actually thinking it'd be kind of fun to do like a Valentine's one, like, something after Valentine's Day. Because I haven't done one for a while, but I don't know like what I would want to do.
I'm just doing a basic one after Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't know if Shelly's going to talk about it, but I wanted to see how she does the free, like, sneak peek into her challenge groups.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think that must be new. I never seen her post that before.
So I'm hoping she'll go over that on one of her calls.
You know, you could make a comment inside the training group and ask her about that. I haven't gone in there yet to see if she put the Instagram thing, which I really actually got excited about last night. I tried it actually on that grandma thing, and I only tried hashtag fitness journey. So the thing with me is I don't know what hashtags to put.
Oh my God. No, but use that grandma app. Like, oh my God.
Just click them. Just click them.
Whatever ones you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's my, like, how do you pick ones that, like, where moms are going to be that aren't already Beachbody coaches? Like, that's what I struggle with is, like, if I'm putting, you know, Fit Pro or Fitness Junkie or Clean Eating or stuff like that, I tend to run into other Beachbody coaches. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I did notice that a lot of people that like that a lot of my followers are people already like in the network.
I get a lot of It Works people following me.
Which I actually don't mind those personally.
I do have like the business people that like grow your business on Instagram.
Yeah.
People that comment.
No,
I
was listening to that the training call last night. And he got grandma afterward for his photography stuff. And he was like, I came home, I was like, so do you like hear that part? And he's like, yeah, I already downloaded it while you were gone. I was
like, that's so cute.
I got 6 comments and I have like 3 new followers and
wow.
I think something like 20 likes, which is more than I've ever had on a post. That was just, and then there were a couple that like went through and liked a whole bunch of my posts.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what is so funny? My son Michael, teenage boy thought process. Okay, so be prepared. Matt's gonna be like, oh yeah. So he said to me last night, he's all, Mom, why don't you go back through your posts and see which ones had the most likes, like on my like page and on Instagram? Because I was like trying to figure out like what type, gets most likes so I can do, more of those. And then like which ones to boost, because I don't mind boosting. I like to do low money, but I don't mind boosting. So I was going back through my like page last night and I was like, okay, this one had 20 likes and this one, blah, blah, blah. And then I went back like 6 months. Okay. So embarrassing. I wish that this one was not on there, but it has so many likes.
Which one is it?
Okay, it's one. See the stairs right there? It's one that I kind of got the idea from Anita, so my butt's facing the camera, and I'm basically in a squat, and I'm jumping up and down on the stairs in a squat, and my ass is jiggling because I have a big butt. But that's the one I have the most, and I hate that one because I hate that part of my body. But he's like, you should boost that one, Mom. He's like, you'll probably get a lot more followers on your like page if you boost that one. I was like, oh, Michael. But I always notice like the one that gets the most likes is when I'm showing more skin, unfortunately. I wish it was not like that, but that's how it is. Like if I'm showing, if I'm in my sport bra and I'm like, a little bit of my stomach is showing.
Not happening here.
I guess it makes it look more real too, that you're.
Yeah.
There's probably other reasons as well, I'm sure. But.
Yeah. I know. Shelly's like, the one that got my most likes is I was sitting in the bathtub and all that was showing was my legs from my knee to my painted toenails. And that's the one that got the most likes that I've ever had. I was like, oh my God, dear Lord. Anyway, but yeah, I'm going to start using that gamma thing and see how the Instagram thing works. So, all right, you guys, well, we're going to end it because we're about to get cut off. But thanks for joining today's team call. Happy one, but that's always fun. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.